Hello dear students, I am Sahana Prasad from Department of Commerce, Gopal Swami PU College, Mysore. In today's Business 3's class, let's continue with Chapter 6, Social Responsibilities of Business and Business Ethics. This is Session 3 and today's topic is Business and Environmental Protection. Protection of environment is a serious issue to business managers and decision makers. Environment means the surroundings in which we live. It is both natural and man-made. These surroundings include natural resources that are very much useful to human beings. The natural resources like land, water, air, fauna and flora, that is animals and plants, and raw materials, or man-made resources like cultural heritage, socio-economic institutions and the people. We know that the quality of the environment is fastly deteriorating because of the activities of the business or the industry. This is common in cities like Kanpur, Jaipur, Delhi, Agra, Panipat, Kolkata and other major cities, and their emissions that are seriously affecting the life of the people. And these industries, they have to use some materials and that are inevitable, and those materials that are used by the business and they are emitting those materials while manufacturing, and of course it is affected to the life of the human beings, and those materials may be hazardous to the life of human beings. And the business and the manufacturers, they face a great challenge in minimizing these wastes, of course by using proper technology. And of course protection of environment is good for all of us. You know, pollution changes the physical, chemical and biological characteristics of land, air and water. Pollution harms human life and the life of other species. Pollution andre eno ಒಂದು physical, chemical ಅಥವಾ biological characteristics ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆದರೆ ಅದು pollution ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Pollution ಆದರೆ human beings ಗೂ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ಜೀವಿಗಳು ಯಾವುದಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Of course pollution causes risks to environmental quality, human health, and of course it is damage to natural and man-made resources. Pollution ಆಗೋದ್ರೆ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ಗೆ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತು ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೇಡ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಯಾವುದಿದೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಆಫ್ pollution. Now let us see what are the causes of pollution. First one is air pollution. Air pollution, it refers to any change in physical, chemical and biological characters in the air. It is a contamination of air by harmful gases, dust and smoke which affects plants, animals and humans. If air pollution happens, obviously it lowers the quality of air. It is mainly due to the carbon monoxide emitted by the automobile which contributes to air pollution. You can also see smoke and some other chemicals from manufacturing plants which is released in air. And there are so many causes of air pollution like burning of fossil fuels and of course from automobiles, that is gas emitted from jeeps, car, trucks, cars, buses, etc. And of course from agricultural activities also. You know, ammonia is considered as one of the most dangerous and hazardous gas which is released during the agricultural activities. And pesticides, insecticides and fertilizers, even these emit hazardous chemicals while doing agricultural activities, and of course it is harmful to the environment. And of course from factories and industries you can see they emit dangerous smoke and that adversely affect the health of the human beings. And next is mining activities. In order to extract minerals and ore from the earth, the dust and chemicals released in the process of mining, it not only pollute air but also it affects the health and life of the people who are nearby the cities. of mining activities. And next is domestic sources, the household cleaning products and paint. It contains toxic chemicals, and the smell from newly painted walls, and of course it leads to the chemicals, and those chemicals will be present in the air. It pollutes air and it also affects breathing. So these are the various causes of air pollution. Next is water pollution. Water pollution means it is the contamination of water bodies. Water pollution is caused when water bodies like rivers, lakes, oceans, groundwater, it gets contaminated with industrial and agricultural effluents. When water gets polluted, it directly affects all life forms. Those are dependent on water source. And water pollution may also cause if we dump plastic bottles or tins or water cans or other wastes into water, it causes water pollution. And it not only harms the human being, but also it affects the entire ecosystem. Nearly 6 billion kgs of garbage is dumped every year in the ocean. From water pollution, there are too many effects. First is water pollution, it affects aquatic life. Water bodies in urban areas are extremely polluted because of garbage, because of dumping garbage by industrial and other commercial establishments. And of course, from water pollution, it will have a huge impact on the food chain. And humans are adversely affected by water pollution, and they can get dangerous diseases like hepatitis, cholera, etc. And every year, business enterprises, they dump varieties of wastes into rivers, lakes, streams, etc. And of course, water pollution has led to several deaths of aquatic animals, and it also adversely affects the human life. So this is water pollution. Next is land pollution. Dumping of toxic waste on land causes land pollution. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಟಾಕ್ಸಿಕ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಅಂದರೆ ವಿಷಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿರೋ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತುಗಳನ್ನು ಏನು ನಾವು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದರಿಂದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಥರ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವು ಆ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡನ್ನು ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೂ ಬಳಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ agricultural purpose. That entire land, it becomes unfit for agriculture and for some other activities. And there are other causes of land pollution like garbage. Tons of garbage is produced by common households annually. When such massive amount of garbage gets generated, it becomes difficult to dispose. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಮನೇಲೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕಸ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ದಿನಾನು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮನೆಯೇನೋ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಟನ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗೋದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್. Factories produces toxic wastes, products and chemicals, and of course it damage the land. And of course factories, they dump off the waste into land. And next is farming and clearing of forests in order to make land. It leads to land pollution. ಇವಾಗ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕಾಡುಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಥವಾ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ನ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೆಕ್ಟಿಸೈಡ್ಸ್, ಪೆಸ್ಟಿಸೈಡ್ಸ್, ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸರ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರೇಡ್ on crops, it also affects land. And the next cause is mining. To obtain coal and minerals, we dig holes into land, and of course it leads to land erosion. So these are the various causes of land pollution. Next is noise pollution. What is noise? Unpleasant and undesirable sound which leads to discomfort to human beings. What is noise? There are various causes of noise pollution, like from vehicles, aircraft, from industrial activities, like from industrial machines, generators, mills, exhaust fans, and loudspeakers, firecrackers, etc. And when we use TV or transistor or radio in a high volume, it also leads to noise pollution. And not only these, there are other kinds of noise pollution, especially in wedding gatherings or at public gatherings or some religious functions or some political gathering. They use loudspeakers to speak or to play music. It leads to noise pollution. And of course, you can find noise pollution in construction of buildings or in mining. And there are few people who they make horn when it is not required. Sometimes you can also hear unnecessary firecrackers, and also the sound of railway and aircraft. It also leads to noise pollution. And the effects of noise pollution, of course, it leads to hypertension, hearing loss, sleeping disorder, cardiovascular issues, etc. So this is noise pollution. Business enterprises cannot remain unaffected by the environment destruction. Business has to take suitable measures in order to control and to prevent pollution. If they take suitable measures in order to prevent pollution, they can avoid certain criticisms against them, but also they enjoy certain benefits by taking such measures. Now let us see what are the important reasons which make a case of pollution control. Now let us see what is the need for pollution control. First one is reduction of health hazard. Reduction in health hazard means danger. With all these kinds of pollution, it will definitely affect the health of the human being. And of course, there is increasing evidence that like many diseases like heart attacks and lung complications are caused by pollution. If pollution control measures are taken, they can not only check the seriousness of such diseases, they can also be supportive of a healthy life on earth. So reduction of health hazard ಅಂದರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸೀಸಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಲಂಗ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗೋದು ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನಿಂದ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮೆಷರ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಇದೆ ಈ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ಗಳದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ನಾವು ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಹೆಲ್ದಿ ಲೈಫನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಲೀಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಹಜಾರ್ಡ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ reduce the risk of liability. Sometimes enterprises or business enterprises is held liable to pay compensation. Those are affected by the pollution which are caused by the business. They have to pay compensation to them. If business takes measures to prevent control pollution, so obviously there is a reduction in the risk of liability. If a business install pollution control devices in the business, it reduces the risk of liability. Business need not pay any compensation to people who are affected by the pollution. So if business install prevention control measures in the business, obviously it leads to the reduction of risk of liability. Next is cost savings. An effective pollution control program is needed in order to save the cost of the business. ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಇಂಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ನೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಡಂಪ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆ ವೇಸ್ಟನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಪೋಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಮುಂಚೆನೇ ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮೆಷರ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕೂಡ ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ಸ್. Next is improved public image. If a business is taking proper measures to control pollution, obviously business will have a good image in the society and it will have a good reputation from the point of view of society. So that is improved public image. Other social benefits. Pollution control results in varieties of benefits like clearer visibility, cleaner buildings, better quality of life, availability of natural resources in purer form, and all our natural resource and man-made resources looks good, especially lakes, monuments, etc. By controlling environmental pollution, aesthetical look can be maintained, which provides a sense of beauty. ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಮಾನ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಲೇಕ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರ ಪೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮೆಷರ್ಸು ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಆಲ್ natural resources in a purer form. So these are certain other benefits which we get if we prevent pollution. So this is the need for pollution control: reduction of health hazard, reduced risk of liability, cost savings, improved public image, other social benefits. So in this session, I explained the business and environmental protection causes of pollution, like land pollution, air pollution, water pollution and noise pollution, and also I explained the need for pollution control. And I hope you have understood today's session. Thank you.